All right, so welcome everyone to Balance Training and Strength. So this is one of our newer classes, but again, all the components should be very similar, familiar. And like I said, we're gonna go over our warm-up first, some balance exercises. So, and I like to do the balance stuff a little bit in the forward side or the first part of the class, just because it also works as like a warm-up to our strength movements that we'll have afterwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the warm-up. So just looking left to right. Keep the door closed. Make it cooler or warmer. Let's go up and down. Let's actually put our feet together. We could multitask here. Okay, let's put our feet together. Go up and down. We'll start with one of our balance exercises here. And now let's close our eyes. Continue looking up and down. Nice circles. And you can keep your eyes closed if you feel like you have pretty good balance. If your balance needs some work, then you can open your eyes. Switch directions. All right, very good. Let's elevate our right foot about half an inch off the ground. Okay, so we're just little elevation. Just enough for you to slide a piece of paper underneath. You might feel that left ankle shaking a little bit. Switch. Just elevate that foot slightly. All right, very good. Let's reach up towards the ceiling. You separate your feet now. Let's lean right. Go left. Very good. Some arm circles. And like I mentioned before, if we are a little bit sore and we want to continue with the balance, but instead of the strength portion, we want to do some mobility and flexibility, you could always go in that direction too. But just for today's class, since it is the first one, we'll stick to strength and balance. Reverse. Very good. Let's bring that right arm across. Switch. I've attempted the last 3 mornings to get up at 4:30 to work out, and I failed each time. So I'm gonna work out after this class. All right, let's go ahead and work on some balance on stuff as well. So right now we're gonna go with the tandem stance. So let's go right foot in front of our left, lined up here. Foot up and down. Left to right. All right, if you feel safe, go ahead and close your eyes. And if you feel like you're gonna fall, then open your eyes immediately and separate your feet. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. Elevate your hind foot. Okay, so just kind of looking like a little flamingo right now. Supposed to be a warm one, I think, these next couple of days. And drop that heel, that foot. All right, let's continue with our warm up. So let's go ahead and do ab circles. Okay, so wide stance. Then, oh, actually, trunk rotation. I'm sorry. So, trunk rotation. Right. All right, now we go with ab circles. So a little bit wider of a stance. And a bend at the waist. Back, up. One more on each side. Very good. All right, big hula hoops. Big old hip circles. Switch. Maybe we got some pumpkin patch pictures this weekend. Then go look for clothes that fit me, hopefully. Flannel shirts. All right, let's go ahead and do some slow hip openers, okay? So these, we're gonna go, this is also working on balance and also opening up our hip flexors. We're gonna drive our knee forward, then slowly go out, down, okay? Every step. So again, we're just opening up at the hips. We're not really turning, we're not doing this motion here, okay? Keeping the hips forward, drive that knee forward. So we're just trying to move that leg segment. Okay? We're not really trying to rotate at our hips. And the slower you do this, the longer you're on one foot, which is working a little bit more on your ankle. Because we don't want to do these too fast. Bring more on each side. Had a really rough sugar day yesterday. I was falling asleep by noon, so I had a caramel frappuccino, Starbucks, and then I was here at home. I have a variety of sugar-free sodas. So I go to my aunt's and I got offered 2 sodas, and it completely went over my head that sodas have sugar. And so I had 2 of them over there. So I probably had like 3 or 4 times the amount of sugar I'm used to yesterday. So stomach was kind of a little funky. So not the best feeling. All right, let's go ahead and do the warm up. Let's go ahead and do some leg swings. Okay, so find a counter. I have my little bar right here. I'm just going to go ahead and just swing back and forth. So you could use the top of a chair to hold on to, a wall. All right, we're going to switch. All right, now we're going to face whatever you're holding on to and swing across. All right, let's switch. All right, very good. Make sure you guys do have some water nearby. Make sure we're drinking water every 10 or 15 minutes. Might need a little water or bathroom break in a little bit. So, all right, we did our leg swings. Now we're gonna go ahead and work a little bit more on balance. So let's go ahead and do the quad stretch, okay? So again, I like this one. We're gonna hold right above the ankle, pull back. Get a nice stretch on that quad. And we're also spending quite a bit of time on the left ankle, which is gonna work on our balance. So. Switch. really tough to get back on the nutrition program sometimes. So tonight I had a few of my alumni athletes from about 4 years ago. They want to meet up for ramen tonight. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll push back my my nutrition plan another day or two. All right, very good. All right, so we did right foot in front of our left. Let's go left foot in front of our right. Okay, we're just gonna stand here about 25, 30 seconds. All right, left to right. Up and down. All right, let's close your eyes. And again, if you don't feel safe, then open them and lift with your feet. Open your eyes. All right, let's elevate that hind leg. And when we do the strengthening portion of this class, most of the first exercises that we'll do are going to complement balance. So there'll be a lot of, lifts that are on one leg, lifts that are going to strengthen our ankles or our arches. And then if we have time, then we could do other lifts that, just kind of get us toned and a little bit more conditioning in there. All right. Okay, let's go ahead with our hamstring stretch. All right, so slight bend at the knees. Just bring your hands down on your shins. Bring your glutes back out. And just reach down as far as you can. You feel that stretch behind your knees, running up towards your glutes. All right, try to bring your knees back a little bit. Straighten out those legs a bit. And let's rise back up. Awesome. Okay, our last stretch before we continue with balance movements is our deep squat stretch. So again, I love this one for hip flexors. So just drop down. All right, let's rise back up. All right, let's take a 2-minute break. Use the restroom. And also during this time, if you have some equipment, some weightlifting equipment, it would be a good time to get that. And grab a chair if you don't have one yet. All right, 2 minutes. Alrighty. Okay. Before we get on a roll with our balance training, let me just go over the Canvas portion that I wanted to cover. This shouldn't take too long. I think most of you are returners, but I do need input because I think our in our last Wednesday class, our recipe discussions lost traction. So I just want to make sure that we have something that's worthwhile and that most of you guys will participate in. So if you're looking at my screen, you'll see the front page, which obviously got you guys here. And if you're on my Monday class, this portion here with the equipment should look very familiar. I do want you guys to really get these items just because I'm planning workouts that are going to involve all of these items. And again, if you don't have this set of equipment, then you might just not get a quality workout like the rest of your classmates. So again, links are the same. Same thing as that Monday class, so very familiar for most of you guys. Now, what's going to be a little bit different is, again, we go to, I believe if you just click here, you can go to module 1, and I'm not signed in, so it's going to kick me out. But it'll take me to module 1. So you'll see here, Introduction to Strength and Balance Training. That's what we're going to be looking at. And again, our goal is going to be to just go over this, but pretty much just understand the basics of balance training and strengthening training. And we'll be covering a Zoom workout, going over equipment, and just understanding the typical week, which, like I said, most of you guys are aware of already. So on the last class, or on the last term, we were going over items. If we were talking about a salad recipe, maybe some benefits of like a salad or benefits of like proteins or eggs. So what I'm going to try this semester is going over supplements. Okay, so and not just supplements, but also vitamins and minerals. Because supplements we think as like you're just taking pills. When we're thinking of vitamins and minerals, we're thinking of maybe getting those items through foods, salads, fruits, veggies. And that's probably like one of the best sources you can get it. So the supplements or the vitamins and minerals we're covering this week is calcium and vitamin D. So usually both of those have, usually when you talk about bone density or bone development, usually you hear calcium and vitamin D. So there's about 3 videos for each vitamin or mineral. So 3 for calcium, and then there's also 4 for vitamin D. And again, these, if you guys were in my class last semester, you saw that some of these videos maybe you don't agree with. Maybe they bring information from a different angle that you may not be used to hearing it from. But I try to get all angles just so you can make like your own decision and also do your own research. But again, all of this, and most of it, there's going to be some very accredited sources. But again, you just kind of want to see all corners because sometimes you might hear something for, calcium, but it's like from a specific study. And then maybe you hear another story or study for calcium, and then that might be a better source. So again, just if you can watch most of these, there's 7 videos. I think most of them probably stand between 3 minutes to 10 minutes long. Okay. So Carmen already did it. So that's it. So what I need your help in is what do we want to make our discussion in? Do we want to make it on? So on my Monday class, our discussion really is you have some videos, but then our discussion, it's not really a discussion. You're just going in there and providing your workouts. So you guys go in there and provide your workouts. So what we could do is, if this class is kind of more of like the wellness portion than just like the fitness portion, what we could do is maybe add like a yoga video to this that you could complete later in the week at some point that it's convenient for you. So that would get us to get in this in Canvas a little bit longer throughout the week. So we could do something like that. I could find a video, and you guys would just log in to the discussion, do the video, and then maybe just you could write down like a post that you like. Again, I think that would be a great idea because that gets you guys to be a little bit more active. If you're in my Monday class, it gives you an additional workout to add into it too, that you could add to the fitness tracking. And again, we might learn some yoga out of it as well. So that's my first option. The second option would just be you guys just go in there and talk about the supplements, which I don't see that really happening. I don't see Charisse and Carmen having like a happy, very exciting conversation regarding vitamin D and calcium. So I like the additional workout idea, but if you guys have any other ideas, throw them at me.
Julio, I'm not too much into the yoga part.
Okay, that's totally
but
fine.
I don't know, you have a lot of more students that,
yeah.
But in my case, I'm not a yoga person.
Okay, that's totally fine. We could do maybe 2 videos. We could have like a yoga video for those folks that want to do yoga, and then maybe like a more like HIIT workout, something a little bit more active. So we could do that too if you guys want.
Yeah, more like in the dancing side,
Yeah, see, like that, I'm not really into dancing stuff, but like we could have something like that. Yeah, by all means. Charisse, you gonna say something?
The dancing don't sound bad. I can do about any of that. Sounds good.
Okay.
Or maybe a little type of additional stretch.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
how about some Tai Chi? Because with Tai Chi you can do a lot of stretch.
There you
and
go.
It's very slow motion.
Oh yeah, that's
and
good.
It's really good.
Tai Chi is good. I'm for Tai Chi too.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah, that sounds good. That's easy.
Okay. Kathleen, I saw your thumbs up for the yoga. Are you good with Tai Chi, or do you prefer yoga over Tai Chi?
All of it sounds really good.
Tai Chi.
Okay. All right. Great. Awesome. So what I'm gonna do then is try to incorporate a video of Tai Chi in there, and then also incorporate one that's a little bit more active, maybe like a Zumba video or something else. So we could do that, and then if you guys want, you could do both, and we could add that to the fitness tracking. And so just so you guys have a little bit more to do, a little bit more active stuff, because again, I think the recipes are great. I wrote down a few of them, and I'm excited to try some of them. But yeah, I think when there's only a little bit of participation, it's not as worthwhile. But I'll do that. Probably I'll try to find something this week, and then we'll make it a consistent thing. And then if you're with us last week, we also covered about possibly meeting, in person, maybe not every week, but maybe like every 3rd week or something, if it works out for people's schedules. So we could just, it doesn't have to be a crazy workout, but we could maybe meet at like Miles Square Park and go for a walk around the entire park, or do something like that. And then we could go and have tea and biscuits or whatever, cool people do. So yeah, something that's healthy. So we could always do something like that if it works out for people's schedules. So that's something that
I think I'm sorry, but I think the problem at that point, we were not sure where to meet. That was what we were discussing.
Right. Yeah. And I think most of us were okay with like the Orange County area. I think Debbie might have been the only one that's a little bit distant, but maybe at some point we could come, and meet together, accommodate for everyone. So yeah, we'll figure it out, so. Alrighty. So any questions with Canvas? No questions. All right. Awesome. All right. So let me stop the screen share. Let me go in the chat real quick. There's a couple people. All right. Yeah, we got some line dancing in there. All right. So cool. Let me put Zumba, then dancing. All right. And then at the end of the term, we'll have a talent show and people will perform, right? So we'll put the full screen on you and you could just perform from your living room for everyone. So, all right, ladies, thank you. That means a lot. And now that gives me a little bit more ideas to kind of supplement our class. All right, so let's continue with our balance and then we'll go from there. We're gonna go ahead and do our slow high knee march. Okay. Like I said, we'll continue with the strengthening stuff afterwards. So slow high knee march. We're just gonna go almost like the hip openers, almost the same speed, but we're just gonna be alternating back and forth. So just really try to bring your knees as high as possible. And if you want a little bit more of a challenge, so you could do at the very top, you could also do a little calf raise. So you can see how at the top, I reach there, and then I'm gonna go on my toes and back down. That gives our calves a little bit of a workout as well. And if you have really tight calves like I do, it might not be the best feeling to do that little pump at the top. But sometimes that's what we need when we're tight. We need to lengthen it. It might not feel the best, but that might start loosening up. And do you guys prefer if I, like, just to navigate, do you guys prefer if I put the videos on the front page or on a discussion board? Yeah, front page. All right, I saw a quick nod from Cherise. Like, okay. All right, done. I'll put it on the front. Yeah, I just like how accessible it is. You just log in and it's there.
But the item that I'm always all around is where to input the information, my time.
Yeah, so that the fitness tracking will always be on the Monday class. Yeah, that's always on the Monday class, and there's always like it's the discussion that has the stopwatch, the video on how to do screenshots and all of that. So, all right, next one. What's that?
I went to that last night, but couldn't find after the track and everything, you have track and then you have reply.
Yes.
I didn't find the reply.
Yeah, so thanks, Miss Wynn. She actually emailed me and I went back and corrected it. So at some point yesterday, I corrected it. So it should be there now. All right, next one's balance and also strengthening, okay? So this is one of those multitasking ones. So we're gonna get on, this is a standing Jane Fonda. So lift your right foot about 1/2 inch off the ground and then try to raise it as far up as you can. And make sure your toes are still pointing forward, okay? You don't want to turn your feet pointing towards the wall to your right. You want your toes still pointing straight ahead. And you'll feel this lengthening here portion. Just get really heavy and really tight. And we also want to stay as upright as possible, okay? Because if we start doing this here, it's not doing as much. Okay, so we want to stay as upright. And slower is better. Again, this is one when we get our equipment, when we have our resistance bands, you could put a light resistant band around right above our knees or right below our knees. And we could do this one, and it's gonna help us a little bit more. All right, very good. All right, you could just walk it off a little bit. Sometimes when you do a movement like that, you'll actually feel it more on the leg that's not moving just because it's stabilizing and it's keeping you on the ground. So, all right. You ready? We're gonna switch right here. Yeah, when I first started working for Santa Ana back in, oh man, January of 2020, sounds like a long time ago. The ladies that I was working with, that I was, I walked into the classroom because this back then was live in person. And the first thing they said was, "Are you the new Zumba teacher?" And I said, "No, I'm definitely not the new Zumba teacher." I was like, "I'm the new fitness instructor, but not the new Zumba teacher." And then I think a lot of them were, pretty bummed out. And I think we may have lost 1 or 2 of them. But we had a pretty active HIIT workout routine. So I had these ladies sprinting and jumping and using equipment in the cafeteria that we're working out at. And yeah, they ended up liking it. But yeah, so I don't really do Zumba. So no rhythm, nothing like that. So All right, let's go ahead and grab our yoga mat. I have pretty sensitive heels. I'm flat-footed, so I need my yoga mat for some exercises. Okay, this one we're gonna do our heel to toe rock. Okay, so we're gonna be on our heels and then we're rocking back to our toes. We're gonna do about 20 rocks. So 20 to the heels, 20 to the toes. And again, try to get as high as you can with each movement. Okay, so when you get on your toes, really try to get as far high on your toes and try to make that hold for about 2 seconds before you drop your heels again. And when you get on your heels, try to bring your toes up towards the sky as high up as you can. Nice. Very good. That's 20 there. All right, now we're gonna do hopefully one you guys haven't done outside of class. This is walking the tightrope. So this is where we're gonna be walking one foot in front of the other, right here. Again, if being flat on your feet seems too easy, then let's switch it to just staying on your toes. Okay, so find the longest, maybe straightaway that you have in your room. Maybe it's a long hallway. Maybe it's just a diagonal line in your little area. And we're gonna go back and forth until I say stop. Then you're gonna go forward, and then you're gonna do the tightrope backwards as well. And time. Alrighty. Okay. This next one is the round the clock single leg squats. Okay. So this one, imagine you're at the center of a clock, and we're gonna be, first one's gonna be with the right leg elevated. We're gonna tap at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and you see I'm doing with my left leg. Right leg is elevated, left leg is planted. Left leg is doing a little squat up to the side. Now I'm reaching each number on the clock. Okay, so I'm going 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Now when you get to about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you're kind of bringing that leg behind you, and it's really incorporating more balance, okay? That little squat is strengthening our quad, which is right above our knee, okay? Once you've done the dial complete with the right leg, you're gonna go counterclockwise with the left leg. I can't believe I didn't go to the beach once this summer. Every time I was gone to college, people would ask me, what do you miss from being back home? And I would always say the beach. And then now that I'm here, I never go. It's like, if I go, it's to the pier, but not to get in the water. I'm sure once Jillian's a little bit bigger, we'll be going all the time. Alrighty, okay. So that's another one that we'll do. Sometimes we'll do 2 sets of those, but just since we're starting off, I do want to, we lost some tense with Canvas. So let's go ahead. This next one that we're going to be doing, it's going to be, grab your dumbbells, actually. So if you have your dumbbells, go ahead and grab them. If you don't have dumbbells, it's okay. Maybe grab a heavy book. Maybe you could grab a water gallon, maybe a laundry detergent container. So that works always. Let's see how I do it this way. I have a 35-pound kettlebell. So kettlebells are pretty good for this next one that we're going to do, which is our RDLs, our Romanian deadlifts. Okay. So this one, just like our hamstring stretch, go down to your weight and then come up. Slide bend at the knees, bring your glutes out behind you, almost exactly the same movement as the stretch, but now we're moving up and down, okay? So you wanna go about 3 seconds down, 3 to 4 seconds down, and another 2 to 3 seconds back up. These are strengthening our hamstrings. Okay. Not really working on balance much right now, just working on strengthening our hamstrings. But we're doing this one right now for a reason. So on this one, I usually inhale on my way down, then I exhale on my way up. I think that might be too much weight for me for the next exercise, so. Let's go with 15 pounds dumbbell. So, all right. So now, this is where balance comes into play, okay? Similar movement, now we're gonna do it on one leg, okay? So one leg's gonna mean more balance is required, and also means that all that weight is going on one leg. So it's gonna be more demanding when it comes to balance, and also more demanding when it comes to a little bit right now to strength, okay? So this one might take you a little bit longer to get down there, and especially to come up, okay? So let's do 8 of these. So again, if you have a dumbbell, just grab the ends of the dumbbell. We're gonna elevate that leg. Okay, so here, and then just go straight down, and then straight back up. Okay, so this is a single leg RDL. And you always want to keep that weight close to your chin. You could do 10, go for 10. I think I'm going to do a leg workout today since we'll be doing quite a bit of legs right now. So maybe Wednesdays will be my leg. Oh man. That was fun. All right, once you've done 8 or 10, you can put the weight down, recover. If you're doing the lift, you usually want to go about maybe give yourself up to a minute sometimes in between lifts. Okay, there's nothing, we're not trying to impress anyone. We just care about good form. And if you're tired and your form is not great, you could really hurt yourself. All right, I'm gonna go back to it. Now I'm gonna elevate my left leg in the movement on the right leg. Okay, so. I'm gonna go for 10 again. And this one I feel almost from my heel all the way almost to my glute. I feel the whole leg activating. Ooh. The glute. All right. Definitely felt that one. Very good. Alrighty. Okay. I believe we did this one on Monday, but we'll always do it on Wednesdays. This is gonna be our seated squat. Right, when it's both legs, it's pretty easy. Nothing too challenging. Well, if this is your first time doing this, it might be a little challenging, but again, we're trying to avoid using our hands. Give me 12 of these here. Last one for me. Oh. Alrighty. Good. Let's catch your breath again. All right, for the single leg squat lift right now, we're gonna do 8 of these, okay? Remember this one, the leg is elevated, no hand, and then we raise, right? So once you're ready, go ahead, we'll do 8 of those. And please try to avoid rocking yourselves to get up, okay? Should not be doing any rocking motion. Very good. Okay, once you're ready, again, this is all on you. You need an extra minute. Go ahead and take it. But we'll go ahead and start the other side. And again, all of these that are on one leg, there's the balance components here. Oh, I cheated on that last one. I did it. Very good. So this next one we haven't done since I was in my last place. Do you guys remember my last little studio apartment? Very little, but plenty of room. So on that one, we did a single leg wall squat. So if you guys remember, I would always hover up against the wall, put my hands right on it, lift one leg, and then just kind of squat. If I felt like I was gonna fall, then I would just put my hands on the wall, kind of protect myself. So that's one that we're gonna do right now. Okay, so let's actually do it without, you know, I guess with both feet. So we're gonna do some air squats, just kind of positioning our hands close to that wall. Right here, I'm gonna use this little corner. I'm just gonna go here, and then back up. So go ahead and do that. For these first ones, you might not even need that wall again because we have pretty good balance. That's 7 right now. 8, And lots of squats today, so legs might be a little sore tomorrow. Sure, you guys are getting water. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and do single leg. Okay, so now leg is elevated, and we're trying to go as low as we can, and then back up. Okay. Again, if you don't feel safe, then I recommend getting close to a wall, so you have that wall to like lean on. I have this corner of this shelf right here, so I could, if I feel like I'm falling, I can always just do a little light tap. So we're gonna do 10 of these. Or 10 on each leg. Whew. Very good. We're gonna switch right now. You haven't yet, we're gonna switch. Ready? Nope. All right, for the next two, we're gonna actually be on the floor for these. So if you wanna grab your yoga mats, go ahead and grab them, set them up. These poses. All right, so this next set, it's the quadruped exercises. Okay, so this one we are gonna be on the floor on our yoga mats. And then after we're done with this one, we could focus a little bit on mobility. Stretch. Okay, so this one, we go on our fours. Make sure your knees are right below your hips. Your wrists are right below your elbows. You're gonna do 10 on each side. So we're gonna straighten out that hind leg and that right hind leg and the left arm. So we're at a straight line. And then we're gonna switch. Okay. So once you get that little motion, just practice maybe about 3 on each side. And really straighten out those limbs. And again, you guys, once you guys got that motion down, take a little break. Okay. What we're gonna do next, okay, we're only doing about 3 of those on each side. Just trying you guys to get familiar, okay? So now what we're gonna do is same motion, but now we're gonna stick to one side. So we extend, then come back in, and then extend, and come back in, And it's okay, so we're gonna do 10 of those. Okay, so try to make that one a little bit slower. Okay, so this is good core for our entire body, good balance for our entire body. You almost want to bring your hand to your knee. And straighten that again. Once you've done that, try to rest because I'm sure your arm is a little bit tired from keeping yourself up. So, you catch your breath, go back down, and do the other side. So again, now left leg, right arm. Come back. Okay. Woo. Very good, yeah. That one will get you. How you doing, Carmen? You're good? All right. Next one, like I said, we'll transition to some mobility stuff now, okay? So the rest of it should be, good for the joints, a little bit easier. We're gonna do book openers. So again, you're here on your side, so almost like a Jane Fonda, you're tucked in the knees, left arm here, right hands on top of it. And I'm just gonna follow my right hand all the way back until I could reach the ground behind me. Back. Reset. And I want to do about 10 of these. Very good. Yeah, once you've done 10, you switch sides. You don't sway more today than on Monday's class. And tuck in. And again, once you've done the other side, then go ahead and begin. Very good. All right, once you're done, are you guys go ahead and finish? Alright, once you guys are done, let's go ahead, belly down. And let's just rest on our elbows, our side. And a little light stretch in our back. Alright, let's go ahead and put our hands where our elbows were. And this one's gonna be a little bit more of a stretch. You're just gonna try to extend your elbows, your arms as much as you can. Up. Pull it down. Another 15 seconds. Now just go ahead and bring your glutes to your heels from there. So just completely just bring your glutes to your heels. You can drop your elbows if you want. Go ahead and reset. Next one we're gonna do is just get in this lunge position here. So I'm just bringing my knee in front of me. I'm just gonna pump forward and back. Just a stretch on your glutes, on your Achilles, your hip flexors, your hamstrings, your quads. So if you're not stretching one leg, you should be stretching the other. Now remove one. And we'll switch. This is a little harder for me. Awesome. And next, we're gonna go ahead. I'm facing you right here. I'm gonna bring my right leg out. Big toes are pointing to the wall to my right. I'm gonna lean forward. And just hold this hanging position for about 20 seconds. Switch. Here. Left leg is out. Move forward. Straighten back out. I tried to do this one on the other leg, but we'll go back to it. Now I want you to face towards your leg, okay? And lean towards it. So now you're facing towards your leg and then lean towards it. You should feel a stretch in your upper hamstring. Reset to the other leg. And then this one. You gotta make sure you rotate towards it and then lean forward. And our last one, we'll go back to our chair. We're gonna do the performance stretch. Okay, so we'll be here. Right ankle on that left knee. This first one, we're just kind of hanging out here. Any plans for the weekend besides watching baseball? No plans?
I'm going to San Diego to see some cousins that are in town from Henderson.
Okay.
Haven't seen her in years. It might be our last time.
Oh, man.
We're getting old.
No. Let's lean on that knee. Yeah,
Padre fans, sorry.
yeah. You should choose your friends a little better.
Oh, it's family. What do you do?
Oh yeah.
All family, it's cousins.
All right, let's clean that knee up. Switch. Push down on that knee. Just clean that knee up. Alrighty. Alright, that should do it for today. If you got your fitness tracking, we got 75 minutes from the start of class. Let me end this recording.